My system for bait selection for deep cranking is relatively simple. And really what I'm calling deep cranking is anything over, say, 10 feet deep. So for me, that starts at a DT10. That bait will run, you know, 10 to 12 feet deep on 10-pound, 100% fluorocarbon line. And that is just a killer size bait for that depth range. You know, a lot of times you're fishing for just a little bit smaller fish. The bait fish are a little bit smaller, but I've caught some real giants on that bait as well. And then next up from that, the two that I go to after that are probably the two I use the most. The DT14 is a bait that just has an incredible action. It's got a little bit wider wobble than most of the other DT series. But that DT14, it casts extremely good, as all the DT baits do. And man, it just has a fish catching action. And that one there's got, it's been through a few battles. It's got some teeth marks in it. And then the other one that, I mean, everybody that's ever threw a deep crankbait's threw a DT16. That bait is just incredible, extremely long cast. And it says it runs 16 feet deep. I can hit 17 or 18 feet with that bait every single cast I make with it. Just an extremely true running, great bait. And then for the absolute deepest ends of the spectrum, I throw either a 3/4 ounce hot lips or the DT20. Both of these baits will run 18 to 21, 22 feet deep on a cast, or you can long line them and get them even down 28, 29 feet deep. So both of these baits here, if the fish are real deep, I'm having to get way down there to them, these are going to be the two I pick up. That's pretty much the system I use for cranking. Those baits cover everything I want to do from 10 feet deep on out. And I keep it pretty simple on colors as well. Most of the time from the 14 on deeper, I want to use something that's fairly bright, like this Caribbean shad. It's one of the Ox Custom Ink colors. That's my favorite all time, and really all deep crankbaits. Just a good chartreuse and blue. Disco shad is another good one, especially if the water's a little bit clearer, as is the Helsinki shad. So for the most part, I want to keep it pretty simple. Shad colors, or like a chartreuse and blue, chartreuse and brown. That's what I pretty much pick all the time.